Please bend
My
on.
first marriage actually crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. And I think I would attribute 80% of that marriage failing to people who did not understand me.
Hello and welcome to another yet amazing episode of the Humans of Abuja podcast. I say amazing because who we have on the couch today is someone that is a bundle of creative talent, grace, and brilliance. She is the CEO of the Miss Beauty and Brains pageant Nigeria. She's a very savvy on air personality and has worked in this career for a long time. She's an event MC with great capacity. She's also a youth counselor. She also unbuckles our humanitarian side by volunteering for a number of causes or for national and international NGOs. She is a woman with many parts. Please help me make welcome Lady Nneka Catherine Igwe Orubula. Drum roll, please. Welcome.
Thank you, Ne. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy to have you
Thank
here.
you. Thank
How
you
has
for the
Abuja been
opportunity.
treating you?
I'm still trying to acclimatize. I'm over a year.
Okay.
I just turned 1 year old in Abuja last September, and it's been promising. It's been challenging as well, but I'm happy for it. I'm happy for it. It's been a process of growth.
Yeah.
I'm happy for
Welcome.
it. Thank you.
Welcome. And let's first get into your passion for TV and media. What actually prompted you into that career path? And you've been in the media for over a decade, right?
Yeah, I actually started at the age 16.
Wow.
Long before university. But professionally, I have worked for the Nigerian Television Authority since 2009 as a core member.
Okay.
I got in 2008 as a core member, then got employed officially 2009, and this is my 15th year. The nth year.
And so far, would you say it has been a great ride?
Oh, absolutely. Dream come true. Beautiful journey. Everything I dreamed of growing up. I grew up watching every show of the Oprah Winfrey.
Wow.
Show. She influenced me a lot.
Okay.
As a young girl growing up in Lagos. I watched nearly all the episodes of Oprah Winfrey Show back then. And then much later, the Fumi on that show.
Yeah, Fumi on that of NCA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then Adeswa,
Yes.
Auntie Adeswa. I think it was Today's Woman. I've always been a talk show person. I've always found talk shows intriguing and exciting till date. If you ask me, one of the things I look forward to when I do television time is talk shows. I love talk shows, so I grew up watching television hostesses do their thing, and I just fell in love with it. And then the humanitarian side of Oprah, of course, came to bear, and the rest of them always came to bear. It was always a part of what they do, apart from being television faces. They had this humanitarian side to them, start working for humanitarian causes and all of it just influenced me, and I said it had to be mass communication or nothing.
But was this the motivations that you gathered over the years and the ones that you poured into your career? Would you say it was what ignited you into founding Miss Beauty and Brains pageant?
Miss Beauty and Brains. That again, I volunteered for a number of brands, beauty pageant brands, too numerous to mention. From my university days. I went to the Ebonyi State University, the prestigious Ebonyi State University, where I read mass comm. So growing school days, event owners used to come from Lagos, Enugu, and other places to host events in my campus. And somehow, my fame kind of went ahead of me, and somehow I will end up being their LOC even before they are on ground. So I would form the local organizing committee and get things smoothened out before they come on ground for the event proper. So I was learning on the job. I learned on the job, and of course, it's fun and exciting. Apart from the business part of it, the money making part of it, I found it a lot. I found it exciting and a lot of fun. So and I nursed this dream in my mind somewhere that someday I was going to run my own beauty pageant brand. And when
it came to fruition.
When it was time, 2018. I started running my brand 2018, April 2018, and I never looked back.
You're someone that has a lot of passion. Even the way you're talking, one would know that you exude passion.
You could say that.
And there has also been some aspects to you, like you are one person that is very vocal about mental health care in Nigeria. Being a warrior yourself.
Yes, that's true.
So can you take us into that journey?
That journey. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows of it, the uncertainty that comes with it, And for me, being bipolar, it's an aspect of my life that I don't want to. I may not tell you so much from a medical doctor's perspective, But me, as an individual, it has not really. First of all, it hasn't gotten in the way
of anything
of me. It hasn't gotten in the way of anything for me. It hasn't gotten in the way of me reaching for my dreams and actualizing my potentials and living up my best life. And somehow the other day I was talking with my husband and I said, somehow I observed that with each episode, maybe if I have a hospital episode, for instance, it seemed like it unlocks a deeper part of who I am. I don't know how, but that is what it has come to be. It would seem like it will take me further to another different realm altogether. And I just come back, I bounce back stronger and better and brighter. And it's just there. It's not in the way of who I am. It's not in the way of me and the things that I do, the potentials that I hold dear to my heart, my values, my core values about life. And I'm a very confident person. I'm a very, very confident person. Being bipolar has never affected my self-esteem for once. And luckily for me, I have a very loving family.
Okay.
A supportive community of friends and fans and well-wishers, people who root for me on a daily and want the very best for me, people who believe in me and the capacities that I wield, people who believe in me and my potentials. And I've had a lot of big opportunities come my way regardless.
Yeah.
So...
a number of people watching now would actually... let me put it this way, because in Nigeria, I'm not saying, yes, we have psychiatric institutions. We have institutions that are basically for mental health.
Yeah, that's true.
Advocacy and treatment and otherwise. But I think that's openness. What do I mean by openness? When before we started, I told you about a relative that had a postpartum depression that degenerated into a maniac episode.
Okay.
And she sought treatment. And at the end of the day, you see that a number of persons, as in she's just so careful to step on toes so that people do not remind her of of that condition. Not even like it's just a part of her, of that condition. So because of how that things that we paint on mental health, a number of Nigerians do not actually want to come open and do not voluntarily seek help. So at what point did you know that, okay, I'm confident in myself, I believe that this is what is happening and I am going to seek help? At what point did it get to that for you?
From the word go, It's one of those medical conditions that you have to manage and live with, probably for as long as it takes. I think I remember a medical doctor once, or someone knowledgeable said something like, once you come down with it, you're gonna have to live with it and manage it for the rest of your life, and just get the best of health care. You know, I wouldn't categorically say that I am an authority to assert that it is one of those medical conditions that are not treatable, in quotes, permanently cured. I wouldn't know whether to say yes to that question or not. But one thing I do know is it's one of those conditions that you have to constantly be managed.
Okay.
You know,
What were your
it
symptoms,
was
your
it,
personal symptoms?
from the word go. Sorry,
Okay.
from the word from the get go. From the get go, my late mom and I, God bless her, so we both knew we just had to seek medical attention.
Okay.
Immediately. There was no gainsaying, or no. I mean, yeah, we that was the best we could do, and I'm glad we did. I've had teams of experts on my case. Always giving their best advice, their best um, medication, their best treatment, their best therapy. And it has not my intelligence did not dwindle, you know and my abilities to do the very many things that God has blessed me with. I'm like you may know, I have a lot of diverse talents, so many different diverse talents. I like to dabble into a whole lot of different things at the same time, and it didn't reduce any of those potentials. For once, sometimes I might have a relapse because of one reason or the other. Maybe I've not been so religious with my medication, or I've been under a lot of stress.
Okay.
I'm an events planner, and that can be very stressful.
Yeah.
Can be very stressful. I live this kind of life. I live a full life. My plate is constantly overflowing. That can put a lot of pressure on me and my timing. One or two things can stress me in the course of planning events, working for my brand or for other clients. One of these things at the end of the day can actually make me have a breakdown.
Okay.
And I go seek help from my doctors. And so from the word go, I knew I had to go get professional help or nothing. I mean, it's something I have to do for myself. I still go to therapy till date.
Wow.
Yes, I do. And it's something that I kind of love, just going there and having a beautiful conversation with my therapist, the clinical psychologist. I just go have talks with them. We discuss. If I have things on my mind, I unburden and we talk. We share. I get advice from them. Projects I want to embark on, I'll let them know. When it was time for me to go do my youth service, we talked about why I shouldn't be far from home and all of that. And I didn't miss a whole lot, because growing up, I grew up in different parts of this country. So I grew up in Kaduna and Lagos. So I've been to different parts of this country, relating with different people, learning about different cultures, different people, languages, norms, which has contributed to shaping me into the woman that I am today. So when it was time to go back home and stay put with my mom, go to the Ebonyi State University, live in Abakaliki and work there for so many years, I didn't miss the fact that, so I'll now come and be here for the rest of me. Because I've been out there, seen it all, done that. I feel like I have the soul of this country living inside of me.
You've lived north, south, east, west.
Yeah. And I picked up all the languages. Hey. So I'm a Wazobia.
Abi.
Yeah.
Okay, for those watching, what are those things that you'd say? Okay, if you see this kind of thing or this kind of thing, this kind of sign, you need medical help. not really medications to get, because sometimes it's just unburdening that one just needs to unburden. You understand? But what are those signs that somebody would see in themselves, in their lives? Probably some things that stress triggers. What are those things that they would see and know that, yes, it's good for me to like seek
help
medical
and
help?
find out,
Yeah.
go get diagnosed. I think the major one would be sleeplessness. My doctor always tell me each time we're in therapy and we're discussing, he's giving me counseling. It was like, if you ever have any reason not to sleep, you find yourself not sleeping for days, please run to me. So that's one. Then sometimes hallucinations. You would see and hear things. If you feel like you're seeing and hearing things that are out of the ordinary, maybe you do need to go get diagnosed, or some kind of panic attacks, unnecessary anxiety. You're so anxious, you're just panicking out of the blues for reasons you can't explain. Then maybe you do need to go seek help. And of course, this can be different from person to person.
Yeah.
This is different from person to person, and there are no hard and fast checks to how patient A will present and how patient B will present. But if these are some from my layman's point of view.
Yeah.
From my layman's point of view.
Definitely.
But the major would be hallucinations.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing and hearing things.
Seeing and hearing things. But you mentioned that you have a good support system.
Oh, yes.
Family, community. What about the religious aspects? We're a religious nation. And a number of things that even when we're supposed to like take personal responsibilities of certain happenstances in our lives, we just arrogate it to the devil.
Or village people.
So we are a very religious society. So how has that religious perspective, how has it played in your condition? Has anybody ever told you, oh, you need deliverance?
No. Well, there were some people I met in the past. If I don't know if I should say this here or not.
Please bear it
my first marriage actually crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. And I think I would attribute 80% of that marriage failing to people who did not understand me.
Oh.
And the bipolar thing, people who didn't really, really fully comprehend me and all of it. People who misconstrued, people who misjudged, people who weren't tolerant, people who were maybe even over religious, and with all due respect, a mother-in-law who would be like, she needs to see a pastor. She needs to go to a prayer house as soon as possible. Of course I was younger and I wouldn't say naive, but for peace to reign, okay, we'll tag along to your pastor's house. And they will pray all night and all this. And I'm not ruling out the God. I'm a very spiritual person, by the way. I'm a staunch Catholic. I believe in the God factor. But for God's sake, being bipolar is another health challenge. It could as well, it could have been diabetes, it could have been malaria, it could have been HIV and AIDS, it could have been any other medical condition. It is just a medical condition. All you had to do is, you have an episode, you go see your professionals in the hospital, they check up and handle things professionally. It's not like it's a There's not. It's not. No, it's not. It's not a spiritual. It's not a death sentence.
Yeah.
And I don't see it like it's a spiritual problem. No, that's That's just a myth.
Oh.
You know, so a lot of people will judge you based on maybe their own orientation or exposures that they are limited to.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, that contributed to ending my first marriage in less than 2 years, less than 3 years, less than 2 years. You know, and but then good riddance. But then now I'm at a place and in a relationship where I am understood, I am loved, I am supported, and nobody judges me.
Yeah.
I'm cared for, and people, they are rooting for me, and they're like, they help me be the best of who I am, and they give me all the support that I need as the needs arise.
Yeah.
Whatever I say I want to do, they'll be like, oh, are you sure? Will this work? You want to do this event? Are you sure? Can you handle it? A client calls me to come anchor an event, and maybe I don't feel so strong, but I don't want to disappoint my clients. So, they trusted me. That was why they gave me their events in the first place. They would say, are you sure? Are you strong enough? You want to go? Okay, fine, we'll go. Come with me, stay there, support me. I do my MC job or whatever job I have to do there, and we go.
Wow.
And when I don't feel up to it, you just call them and say, you can't be there. So I'm at a very good place now, and I am kind to myself. I've learned to be kind to myself. A lot of things have happened to me in the past that would, probably make me end up a bitter person, bitter, antagonistic, and hateful. But no, I chose to be the light. I chose love. I chose forgiveness. I chose acceptance. I chose kindness. I chose to be that humanitarian soul. I chose to be that kind woman. I chose to be the one who has so much love flowing out of me. I'm never the person, I'm not that girl who will tell you to go be confrontational for any reason. I'm the peacemaker. I'm the one who will tell you to let it go. I'm the one who will tell you, let love lead. Let's just be peaceful.
Wow.
That is who I am, because I decided I won't be. It's a whole lot of weight, living with hurt and so much hate in your heart.
That's true.
And it's not even good for you, for my mental health. That state of mind, that state of being is not good for anybody's mental health. It's also something you need to do for yourself. You have to purge yourself of whatever it is that's giving you weight. You have to purge yourself of whatever it is that weighs you down, puts the pressure and triggers your condition. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to know when you're tired to pack it up for the day and go lay down and get some rest. You have to, you listen to your soul, you just love yourself, accept yourself, be happy with the world, be happy with life. I'm a nature person. I love to be, I'm very close to nature, and I find fulfillment in simplicity. That's the kind of person I am. I find a lot of fulfillment being simple. I'm this kind of person that I come into an environment and I go to my son's school. I'm like every other mom. I'm like every other parent. I don't even. Some people say, you're a celebrity. I'm saying, well, what is that word, celebrity? I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it. With all the little accomplishments that I have at this age and point in my life, I keep it humble. I keep it simple, and I would rather just have it that way.
Yeah. The active verb. I'll call it a verb. I know that kindness is a noun. It can be a verb too. It's noun and verb, but the active word is being kind to oneself.
Yes.
Because when you're kind to yourself, you also be kind to people around. That kindness, it extends to the people around you.
Absolutely.
It extends to what's your experience in life as a whole.
Yes.
And this is not me projecting. I'm not projecting. Let me just take the excuse. But do you see yourself like in the nearest future to maybe to head something like a mental health advocacy, an organization that actually focuses on helping people with your similar condition? Because you have, for me, my takeaway is you have this grace, as in you've developed that grace, you've built grace over the years, you've built resilience over the years, and you've been able to like go through this phase so well. There are a lot of persons that may not be very vocal about this. They may be going for treatment, but they may not be vocal about it. So do you see yourself like in the near future you get have an organization that focuses on maybe creating a safe space for people with similar condition to come together to also help in their healing?
Sure, why not? I mean, why not? I'm always on to one project or the other. Not that I have thought about it, but advocacy is something I would love to do a whole lot more, whether it be my own NGO or some other person's NGO, or people calling me to come volunteer or speaking engagements or any form of advocacy. I would definitely welcome the idea of any form of advocacy, because I mean, why not?
Right.
Why not? What is there to be embarrassed about? What is there to be stigmatized about? Nothing. I mean, my life is beautiful, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
And all my dreams and aspirations are on course, and I am looking to a better future. So why not? Advocacy is something I would love to embrace. Go out there, inspire people who have gone through similar things but are not as fortunate. And I like that you said grace. Yeah, I like that you said that I built that grace around myself. Sometimes I tell myself I don't even know where I get all the energy from. I don't even know where I get all the grace from. And then I said it must be God, because I don't. It's not anything that I do specially.
Yeah.
I mean, for all you care, I could have ended up, in a mental home for the rest of my life, not having my bearings right, not knowing my left from my right, I mean, a whole lot could have happened. I could have ended up not getting a good education. It's very possible. I could have ended up not achieving a good life for myself, and I am one petty trader, one petty seller somewhere, feeding from hand to mouth. I could have ended up losing all of my intelligence and talents, but God always engraces me. And I'm not exaggerating. It's a fact. God always engraces me to bounce back better. More zealous about life, more focused about my norms and my beliefs and my values and the things that I hold dear. So definitely advocacy is something I would welcome if it knocks on my door. Sure, definitely.
A lot of people on social media, sometimes you see this thing is not good for my mental health, this thing is not good for my mental health. So it is very pertinent that as we are making this conversation, yes, there are a lot of you that just threw that word, but there are still a number of persons that are watching this podcast right now that actually have the need to seek help. So please seek help. Please, even if you can maybe reach out to her on consultancy basis, please.
Absolutely.
If you can reach out to her to also walk you through certain things, certain probably experiences, or just to talk. It is very good that maybe, when you're walking a path and you see someone that has walked that path, it makes it easier. So you could reach out to her and she will walk you through it.
Absolutely, and let me add that my brand, the Miss Beauty and Brains.
Well, I was coming to
Nigeria
that.
page, and
I was coming to
okay,
that.
okay. I was going to say it gives me the opportunity. I work with a lot of young persons, young men, young women, young boys, young
Yeah.
girls. So my experiences in life and everything that I've been through has put me in a good position to be a perfect youth counselor. I've had some of them. I've had some of them send me text messages or chats on WhatsApp, about wanting to just give it all up, how depressing life has become,
Wow.
how tough survival has become, and how they just want to pack it all up, how they just want to quit school, how they just want to quit their job and everything, and I just step into my counselor's shoes, and I have a session with them, and I say, no, look on the brighter side of life. You have a whole lot to live for. You have a lot going for you. You even have youth and age on your side. A whole lot. The world is waiting on you. A whole lot is possible ahead of you out there. Yes, we all have days when we are feeling a little bit down, a little bit low and everything, but it doesn't mean you're going to want to pack it all up,
That's true.
and all of the, these things, they've happened severally, so.
For Miss, since you have already started the conversation, for Miss Miss Beauty and Brains, do you have a range of people that you work with? The age range of people that you work with, the age range of people that maybe could maybe volunteer for the organization, contest during pageants or anything. Do you have an age range?
Okay, initially it was 18 and above, 18 till about 30.
Okay.
But 2 years ago, we brought it to 16.
16.
We had to do that because we observed that, okay, girls are going to university at 16 now. So part of my intentions for MIBB is to catch them young. And I know that now a 16-year-old of today is as wise as a 20-year-old of 10 years ago. So we say, okay, now we're bringing it up to 16 years. So from 16 years, Nigerian or African, you're free to come work with us, volunteer, contest for the event. Beyond the beauty pageant, we will give you, we usually give them orientation, 1 year long orientation.
1 year long?
Yeah, 1 year long orientation. We mentor them on a number of different ideologies. We shaping them into women of purpose, young women living, for good causes. It's not enough to be pretty. It's not enough to be beautiful. You also have to be about purpose. You have to be about nation building. You have to be about decent womanhood, etc. Those are part of the things we teach them. And then confidence. The most beautiful thing a woman can wear is her confidence.
That's
I say
true.
this all the time.
Yeah.
So for the young girls, we train them a whole lot on confidence, self-esteem, believe in yourself, believe in your natural beauty. Let your beauty exude from inside out. Your beauty is not in your apparel, it's not in your hair or your ornaments, things that money can buy, fancy things. Yes, they are good. It's nice to accessorize, but a woman's beauty lies on the inside of her. A woman's beauty is on her ability to use her feminine superpowers positively. That's where true beauty lies. It's beauty beyond looks. That's the slogan for
Beauty
and Brains.
beyond
Beauty
looks.
beyond looks.
Yeah, beauty is skin deep, right?
It's skin deep, absolutely skin deep.
Yeah.
And it should go beyond your physical appearance.
So if you're interested in maybe contesting or being a volunteer for the Miss Beauty and Brains pageant, just wait for the announcement. When you're ready to kick off the 7th season.
Season 7 is coming.
The season
soon.
7 will also make the announcement on this page. So be ready, get your will I say money?
Yeah, because you need money to register.
you need money to register.
Absolutely.
Just get ready for it. We'll make the announcement on this stage. And Lady Nneka, what are you excited for about the future?
The future. I look forward to a very glorious, beautiful future. Some of my friends tell me that I'm aging backwards, whatever that means. I mean, I'm close to being 50, believe it or not. Yeah, so I'm aging gracefully. Thank you. Some of them that I look forward to a very exciting future and doing the things I love to do best. And I've always secretly nursed this ambition of going to lecture in the
Okay.
university.
Okay.
Someone told me once that you belong in the university mentoring and teaching young girls. And I said, okay, maybe in the future. So in the nearest future, maybe when I leave NTA. When I leave NTA, God willing, I would have had my PhD, God willing. I intend to go lecture. I like to
Okay.
lecture in the university in the future and run MIBB like a beauty academy, you know, like a school, like a finishing school, teaching etiquettes, basic mannerisms that a woman is expected to have, and just yeah, I think it's the lecturing thing that I'm
The
looking
lecturing
forward
thing.
to, and of course spending time with my lovely family, my
Of course.
children,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for the lecturing part, I think it would suit you.
I hope so.
No, that hat
I
would
hope
suit
so.
you so
Yeah, I'm
well.
interested in development communication. That's going to be my research area
Okay.
when I go back to school for myself.
Okay.
Still in mass communications. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
We are also looking forward to you using your wealth of experience to just transferring your wealth of experience to the next generation. And you have done so well for yourself. You have thrived in your career, and you're still thriving. And what's what are like 5 tips that you would leave for people that are watching you that would want to be as confident and as graceful and as thriving as you have been over the years?
Okay, so for young people wishing to take a career in the media, I would first of all tell you that it's not for the faint-hearted, but it's doable. It's something you're going to love. It's exciting. It's fulfilling. You need to be alive to your community. First of
Yeah.
all, you need to be this person who is very alive to his or her community. You need to be this person who is passionate about the world. You need to be this person who has empathy for what the next person is feeling. You need to be this person. You're this person who is naturally a change agent. You see something going wrong, you tackle it your own way, and you prefer solution. You're about nation building. That's the kind of personality you first of all need to have. Then secondly, you should of course have a very good command of the language you intend to use as your broadcast language. If you intend to broadcast in English, you should be well versed, of course. If you intend to broadcast in any language at all, French, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Portuguese, whatever, you need to be very versed with words. I mean, the TV is not where you come to and you begin to stutter, you begin to be lost for words. No, you need to have about 10 different words for one item. You don't want to sit in front of the camera and you're stuttering. So that's two. Then thirdly, you should be work on your confidence, your boldness. you know I don't know how you're going to do it, but reach inside of you, convince yourself that you are good enough for this, that you were made for this, that you were born for this. Want it so badly, be zealous about it. I have growing up, I held on to my dreams so tenaciously and they came to pass. I don't know, but somehow I held on to my dreams, never letting go until finally I got to where I wanted to be. I started off as a guest artist at the age of 16. And today, I'm a media exec and assistant manager programs, and the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
So you have to hold on to your dreams tenaciously. Don't let them go. Work at it. Prepare yourself for the future, and of course, be willing to go get the necessary education. Talent is not enough. Get educated, get mentorship. Yes, it's good to be talented naturally. Like I was discovered at 16. I hadn't gone to university, but some good producers saw it in me and gave me the platform and the opportunity. And it is still happening today.
Yeah.
People see me for the first time and the iron sharpened iron. They just see it in me and they say, she'll be good for this role. Just put her, she'll do it. And I don't disappoint them. Yes, it's good to be talented, but you also need the education and the mentorship so that you can go far, on your chosen path in life. And something my mom always told me, don't put money first. I say this all the time to IT students and core members who I have opportunity to work with and mentor. I say, no, don't put the money first, though. Yes, I know everybody needs a good salary. Everybody needs the wherewithal to actualize, live a good life and all that. I mean, the economy we find ourselves in and all of that. But don't put the money first. Serve. Lady Nene will say serve. Service never goes out of fashion.
No, it doesn't.
You have to learn the ropes from people who have been there before you. Stay under them, watch them do their craft, and then create your own niche for yourself. It's a very wide industry. Create a niche for yourself and keep it original.
So keep it original. Be confident, be versed. Talent is not enough. Get the requisite education and also hold on tenaciously to your dreams. These are very, very solid advices. Lady Nneka, thank you for gracing the couch today.
My pleasure.
Thank you, because I know this one I'm thanking you in advance, because I know that when I call you again, you will definitely grace the couch. Thank you for the wealth of words that you've left for our viewers. Thank you for your own wealth of personal experiences that will be an anchor to someone watching. Thank you so very much for also watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like our pages, follow us, and also be a good citizen of Nigeria. Till we come your way again on the Humans of Abuja podcast, this is Nebright signing out. Thank you very much.